I'd like to talk a little bit about candle safety. Candles are very important to have part of our holiday celebration. No matter what faith you are, some people need to use candles for their religious beliefs. Here's some of the rules to keep your apartment safe during the holiday season related to candles. You want to make sure that the candles are in what we call an approved votive holder, so it's not going to knock over easily. You want to make sure that the candles are away from anything that can burn, for example, curtains and clothing or couches, things of that nature. And again, the 3-foot rule would also come into mind with that as well. Another very important item is that when you light the candle, you must always stay attentive to the candle. So what does that mean? If I light the candle in my living room, you really don't want to leave the room with the candle staying lit. You want to make sure somebody is always watching the candle. And most importantly, before you retire for bed in the evening, it is critical that you inspect every square inch of your apartment to make sure whatever candles you did have lit, you have extinguished thoroughly. And the key word there is thoroughly, to make sure that there's no reignition of that candle. The video that you are seeing at the moment is a video that depicts a Christmas tree fire that starts in a living room. The video shows the amount of time it takes for the tree to actually get fully engulfed in flames and how long it takes for that one-room apartment to get fully engulfed in flames within that apartment. And as you can tell by the video, it's within about 50 seconds that one living room is completely engulfed in flames, completely filled with smoke, making almost escape virtually impossible. So it's critical that you follow all of the tips that we've given concerning the Christmas tree safety. Where do you put this Christmas tree? Making sure that you water it, make sure you inspect it daily. Anything wrong with the tree, certainly you want to make sure that you address it right away. And one of the other key things about Christmas trees is, once the season's over, you have to make that judgment call as to when you want to get rid of the tree. Certainly one rule of thumb is when the needles start to begin to fall, that's a good time to say, it's time to retire the tree. As you all know, Riverbay has partnered with the American Red Cross. I want to take this opportunity to show you the 2 different devices that we are installing in shareholders' apartments. The first one is a regular smoke detector. Okay? Now, if you look at both of them, they look almost identical. Well, the one smoke detector that I have here is a regular smoke detector, and it actually has 2 buttons on it. Let me press the button so you can hear what it sounds like when the smoke detector goes off. So those are 3 beeps that indicates that the smoke detector has activated. Now, why will a smoke detector activate? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Certainly, if there's a fire in an apartment and there are particles of combustion, meaning smoke, in the apartment, the smoke detector will activate. Now, when a smoke detector activates, the very first thing that you need to do is to make sure that there is no fire in the apartment. If there is no fire and there is no evidence of smoke, it's quite possible that the smoke detector may be malfunctioning, or the smoke detector might have dust in it or cobwebs. So it's important that, periodically you clean out the smoke detector with a vacuum, wipe it down with a damp rag, right? Keep the spider webs out of it and keep the dust out of it. That will help prolong this smoke detector. Now, the good thing about this smoke detector, it's a 10-year smoke detector. You never have to change the battery. It's completely a sealed unit. Now, let's say you're cooking and the smoke detector goes off. From time to time, we burn things. So the smoke detector is designed to activate when there is particles of combustion or smoke. So it's going to activate. If the smoke detector activates and it's activated because of cooking smoke, we have a feature on this smoke detector called the hush button. All you do is you press the hush button for about 2 or 3 seconds, and it will actually shut the smoke detector off. It will shut the detector off for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, the detector will recycle itself, will re-energize itself, and come back on. If there is still smoke present, the smoke detector will activate. If there is no smoke present, the smoke detector will not activate, and it's ready to go. So know that you have that option on your smoke detector to press the hush button. Now, let's talk a little bit about the carbon monoxide detector. It is required by New York City rules that we have a carbon monoxide detector in everybody's apartment. Usually, all apartments will get one carbon monoxide detector, with the exception of the townhouses. Certain size townhouses will get two. Now, let me let you hear the sound of, now this device that I have here is what we call a combination unit. It's a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector built in one. So you're going to have both features that could happen here. So let's see what this sounds like. That is the smoke detector portion of it activated. Four quick beeps is an indication alarming you that the carbon monoxide portion of this detector has activated. Now, some people ask the question, why are we putting carbon monoxide detectors in shareholders' apartments? Well, the law has now changed, saying that because a stove, which can produce carbon monoxide if it's a faulty stove and used improperly, could produce what we call carbon monoxide. And as we all know, carbon monoxide is what we call the silent killer. You can't breathe it and you can't taste it. So if carbon monoxide is present in the apartment, you want this detector to do what it's designed to do, to activate. So if this carbon monoxide detector goes off, remember we have the 3 long beeps, which is indicating the smoke detector went off. If the carbon monoxide detector goes off with 4 quick beeps, the first thing that you need to do is leave the apartment. Go outside in the hallway and you want to call the call center. And after hours of call center, you want to call the emergency desk and alert them to the fact that the carbon monoxide detector in your apartment has activated. They will dispatch a maintenance personnel to your apartment to inspect the apartment, make sure there's no issues within the apartment. And if the detector is still activated, they will remove the old detector and they will install a brand new one. So again, if the carbon monoxide portion of the detector is activating with 4 quick beeps, you want to leave the apartment. Do not stay in the apartment. Do not assume that it's nothing, because again, remember, you can't breathe, taste carbon monoxide. It is the silent killer. And we know that if the smoke detector goes off, of course, the first thing, you should always sleep with your door shut. Feel the door with the back of your hand. If it's hot, don't open it, because we know there's fire there. You want to call 911 from within the apartment. If there's fire in your apartment and you can get out, you want to get out as quick as you can and make sure it's critical that you shut the door. Whether you shut the door from a carbon monoxide detector going off or because there's a fire in your apartment, it's critical that you shut that door because you do not want to feed oxygen to the fire and get out of the apartment. If the detector is only going off because of cooking smoke or some other reason, again, we would also want to call the help desk or the call center and have them advise them that the detector is going off, and we will respond to take a look and investigate, and if need be, we will change the detector out with a new detector. Here's the important part of these detectors. These are life-saving devices. They're designed to save your life in the event of a situation in your apartment. It is important, critical, that you understand that you are not to touch this detector. You do not take it off. You do not deface it. You do not put it in your freezer. You do not do anything with it. If you have a problem with your detector, you will call the call center and/or maintenance or the help desk, and we will respond to correct the problem. It's important that we follow those steps. It's critical because smoke detectors do save lives. The safety department has taken an initiative that we want to promote safety throughout our Riverbay community. And in conjunction with Co-op City Times, every 2 weeks we're going to be putting a piece of information in the newspaper that will assist you to become safer in your apartment, safer outside your apartment, safer when you go on vacation, and we're going to call it Safe Riverbay. So it's a good tool that we're going to use to promote safety for all Riverbay, whether it be a staff member, a shareholder, a visitor, a contractor, does not matter. On behalf of the Riverbay Safety Department, I want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a happy, healthy, prosperous, and most of all, let's all be safe.